I don't like to be with myself. So there is a self, right? When you say, I don't like to be alone with myself. Myself, there is a self. Before I break down who is self, I want to bring you back to the baby that you were when you arrived, when you were born. Just like that. You just came out of your mother womb, you realize you know nothing consciously. You know nothing. You don't know that this is a computer. You don't know that this is a camera. You don't know that this is a glass. You know nothing. And like I already explained, you had to learn everything. And often I say, can you see that if you were only raised by your auntie or your uncle, you would have the same body, but a different personality? If you were raised only by the neighbor, you would be in this same body, having the same smile, but be thinking completely differently. So it means who you are is not even who you are. It's just a version of who you are. Am I making sense? So the people who welcomed you on planet Earth exposed you to a lot of stuff, and through that exposure, you became what was in it. You had to accept things that were in that exposure to build who you are. So if who you are now is not pleasing to you, guess what you can do? Expose yourself to other things. Because you became this because of this. So if you take the next 5 years and you identify the avenue where you want to go, and you just keep exposing yourself to the same things over and over and over again, guess what's going to happen? You're going to lose few things that you learn from this exposure, and now you're going to be more in here. Self. Who is self? So right now you're sitting here listening to me, watching this video, but at the same time, inside of you, your heart is beating. Your blood is flowing. Your saliva is being produced. Gazillion, billions of things are happening inside of you, and you are not even thinking about it. You never take a second to say, hey, blood, I want you to send more blood to my left ear because it's cold. I'm just making this up, right? You never say that. You never give commands to your body to do that. When you go to bed, you lose completely the notion of yourself. You're sleeping. You lose the notion of yourself. But everything is still happening in your body. Everything. So it means there's something in you that knows better than you what you need all the time. I often say, how do you know you are hungry, that you need to eat? Who's the person inside of you ringing the bell? Like, hey, it's time to eat. It's never you telling you that you just receive the information as if you have someone working for you telling you we need to eat. When it's time to pee, you have another alarm telling you it's time to pee. Self is in you doing all those things for you all the time without you even knowing. Self is taking care of you all the time, all the time, all the time. Self is an entity that you cannot see. Self is always working for you. Self is always listening to you. So when we say how to get back to yourself, what does it mean? It means how can we find, I know I'm amazing drawer. I'm going to do this bigger so we can see the difference. How can we bridge the gap between who you are now and self? Because if self is always helping you, if self is always doing everything inside of you all the time, all the time, all the time, and you became who you are, then how can we bridge this gap so that you can start behaving in the way that you are always helping yourself? Is it making sense?
I don't understand.
Okay, what is the question?
What do you mean with bridging the gap between you and self? Is you because you said.
Can you use the mic?
Yeah. I understood that you, based on what you're exposed to, what you learn, you've become who you are now. That's the you. But if you want to be another way, then you can expose yourself to other things.
Yeah.
Is that the self? The self, is it who you want to be, or is the self who you became, or what is the self in
Amazing
this
question.
context?
Thank you. So I took time to explain the fact that all the time inside of you things are happening for your highest good. The fact that your blood is moving, the fact that all those internal functions are happening all the time without you even paying attention. And all those things are happening always at the right time. For example, when you receive the message that it's time to pee, it's never a wrong signal. When you receive the message that it's time to eat, it's never a wrong signal. When you receive the message that, oh, tired, time to go to bed, it's not your conscious decision to say, I'm going to pee. It's not your conscious decision to say, I'm going to bed. You receive the signal that you're tired, and then you know it's time for you to go to bed. So I just explained the fact that self always knows all the time what is best for you without you even having to worry about that. So if we have something inside of us always knowing all the time what is best for us, maybe, and this is the question, maybe by reducing the gap between who we became and moving closer towards self, who knows everything all the time about us, maybe we are going to go back to the true nature of who we are. Because self always know all the time what we need to do. Like I said, the eating, the sleeping, and all those things. Like when you cut yourself, you are never consciously healing yourself. But as soon as you cut yourself, 7 days later, you can already see that the skin is closed, right? So who's doing that? It's self inside of you. So self already knows before you, as soon as you cut yourself, let's get to work, let's heal this, right? So if we have an entity inside of us, always doing what is great for us all the time, and that at the same time, when we were a baby, we had infinite possibilities to become anyone. Like if your dad was a footballer and your mom was a gym coach, you would have more chance to be into sport. But if your dad was a philosopher and your mom was, I don't know, a reader, so when you come in this world as a baby, the avenue that you're going to be exposed to is based on the parents that you have, the environment that you're going to grow into. So it means you actually have an infinite possibility to become whoever, but the first avenue that you're exposed to is your parents. But at the same time, inside of you, from the moment you were born, there's something in you always knowing what is good for you all the time.